My name is Nkemakonamofi. I work with the Delta State Ministry of Information here in Asaba.
Okay.
And my house is not that far from my office.
Okay.
So it's not difficult for me to navigate. I have to pick a drop from my house down to the office. And that is it. The only challenge these days is that the transport fare is becoming very high.
Of course, it's expected.
Yeah,
With the
transport is telling on my pocket. Apart from that, there's no problem combining family and work.
Work, of course. With the expensive nature of Asaba, it's actually expected that transportation might be a cause for concern. But anyway, that aside, we are in a situation where we have had so many complaints from visually impaired men and women, how the parents of their partners to be, have actually refused outrightly in allowing them, married persons with disabilities. Do you think the fault is actually from the parents or from the individual who is to marry that person with disability?
Well, it's either ways.
Okay.
It might be from the person proposing to marry, or it might be from the family you are proposing to go into. One, if somebody who you are well placed,
okay, and
you're able to give the impression that you their daughter, and they're seeing it that you are, especially when you have good education, you have a fairly good job.
Okay.
At least if you have monthly income that comes in, no matter how small, a reasonable person will refuse. Well, we know that there is that stigma that is attached to a lady getting married to a visually impaired person. Woman that we are talking about, if you have the confidence and the belief in the person with visual impairment, I don't think there is any problem.
Wow. It's really expository. But I have another question, because there was an incident last year. A visually impaired man in Abuja who is married to a sighted woman. After much haggling and confusion, and the parents obviously insisted that they did not want her to marry the man in question, but she refused and stood her ground, and they ended up getting married because she was obviously pregnant with a child. So now, the parents of the lady now began to push their responsibility to this man, like, okay, you got to send her younger ones to school, pay their school fees and all that, so as to make it seem like he is not capable of, helping them, hence their opposition to the whole marriage thingy. Do you have such experience, or better still, are you having such experience in your marriage?
No.
Okay.
In fact, when necessary, the family of my wife is more than willing to assist me to succeed. Instead of assisting me to go down, they are contributing to see that I'm able to take care of my wife and my children.
Nice.
I think I've not, maybe I will say I'm very lucky.
Of course, that was one thing I wanted to say earlier. Yes. That you seem to be one in about 1,000 of them who happens to have a very different story. But that's notwithstanding. So far, so good. People whom are living around your vicinity, have there been questions from neighbors and acquaintances about how you do it, or rather how you cope? Because I know some might have ever whispered anything of that nature to you.
Well, it's a normal thing in a developing country like Nigeria, where people still don't understand the way persons with disability function.
Okay.
It's not out of place for people to ask questions because they are ignorant.
Yes, of course.
They usually ask my wife, how do you cook? How do you do this? How do you do that? Even some people thinks that she is the one who dresses me up,
Wow.
who brushes my teeth and do all sort of things. You know, people begin to see that sometimes they greet her in a way that
like you are
trying,
you
understand.
We shall understand all your body.
But yes, but all that have gradually died down.
Okay.
No, we don't receive such inquiries any longer.
Okay.
Because they have seen us over the years, the way we move.
Yeah.
Some comes into my house, they see the way I function.
Yeah.
And they equally go out there to educate others. That is not the way you think it is not the way it is.
All right.
And with these persons, I know how they function.
All right. Mr. Philip, please stay with us. We have a lot to talk about. All right, viewers, let's quickly go for a quick music break, and we will be right back. Leave the station when you got it.
So there is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. Can I get and you don't know what you do? Oh, so little Lucy turned 16, and like the movie she's been seeing, she has a lover in her daddy. She can't tell nobody till she makes the evening news for that fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. Oh, yes. One day the river will overflow, and there'll be nowhere for us to go, and we will run, wishing we had.
Okay, welcome back to the program Ability in Disability. We are running out of time, and obviously, when you talk these things, time is actually flying faster than expected. All right, Mr. Philip, very quickly before we run out of the studios, to parents and guardians of these potential suitors for persons.
For a person with disabilities, are the most the best husbands you can even think of.
Most caring, I believe.
Most caring. They take care of their wife very well.
Oh.
And I bet if you try it, you will not regret it.
Of course. If you try it, you will obviously not regret it. That is the last words of Mr. Nkem Ofili. We are actually running out of time. There will be more questions I really want to ask, but obviously, how time flies. But hey, join us next week because this series actually continues, and by the grace of God, Mrs. Angela will be here and myself. to also do justice to this, along with our another guest on the show, to talk about more on this particular options of persons living with disabilities. All right, guys, that's the size of our show today. Mr. Philly, your last word.
Well, I believe this program will educate the populace over there.
Okay.
Please, when you see somebody who is in need of a wife, please don't deny them one.
Good, good. Please don't deny them one. And if you see somebody who is in need of a husband and the person has a physical disability, please do not deny them, because they are human beings like you and they have emotions. That's the size of our package. My name is Moses Uzwa Bondo. So I'm saying, take care and have a good day.